Thank you. Well, it's afternoon here. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. Thank you very much. First of all, let me applaud the panel and also the individuals that set up this awareness or this conference. First of all, I think I guess I'm a minority here because I guess I'm the only man on this panel. I mean, on this Zoom. I wish we have more men because you guys are singing to the choir. We're supposed to have more men on this so they can hear this. But my question, not question per se, but thank you for speaking up and also bringing awareness to this. And also, one thing is that the right awareness is number one, and also let the women know their rights, that they have rights. Even here in the United States, it's still a big problem, the stigma to report, because that's the problem they're having here in the US. When you report, you become a victim. So we should encourage our young ladies, our moms and sisters to be able to report without having that stigma, because stigma is a big problem here in the US. That's why, because they blame you, and also our culture in Nigeria blames the victim. Well, why did you go to the boy's house? Why did you open your leg? Why did you do this one? Why didn't you do this? So we should try to sensitize them and then encourage them not to be a victim or to be stigmatized. Question I have is, because I read from the news all the time, Nigerian university is not the way it used to be anymore. Even they have many societies, secret societies, and then they believe in raping people. And also, our Igbo men quest for money. That when you rape, you make money. I don't think that's how America was built, or China, or Japan, or England. So how can we start to sensitize our children and our men that you don't get money by raping somebody, by raping your child, or your mom, or your sister, and also our boys who are in college? That's not the way to go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So any member of the panel can go ahead and answer the question. And if anybody has any other thing to add, please go ahead. Who wants to take a stab at the question?
Did he ask a question?
Yeah, ask a question.
He made a comment.
He made a comment and also a question. His question was this: how can we sensitize our Igbo men that raping does not equate to you making money? That the other ways you can make money, to rape a child is not going to cause the disease to go away, or you make money. And also the college students, that is not the way of life. That's not the way to go.
Okay, can I make an effort? Because I think one of the panelists actually addressed this when she commented on my contribution about the awareness, creating awareness. So we'll be categorizing the awareness, who are we targeting? Targeting the culprits, targeting the victims, and targeting the population in general. So in that way, we can actually then address these misconceptions of, how a virgin can help you, or raping somebody can help you advance in life, or be able to get your disease out of your body because you were able to rape somebody that is a virgin. So we begin to disabuse all these old wives' tales that they are hearing from different sources. So more information for the people, more engagement with the people. And then, of course, in the being able to have the psychologists, as I said, being part of our team, they should be able to engage to look into the root source and root cause of some of these rapists and why they are doing what they are doing. What are the fundamental issues that underscore, their mindset that actually led them to these issues? I know that sometimes family violence, which children watch, or an environment that is not conducive, maybe poverty status and all that, may be some of the drivers. But these are some of the things we need to do, and maybe tap into the benefit of Okeke. Mrs. Okeke, who talked about some of the studies that she has carried out. She can make available the results, and that will help us into some of the root causes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Does anybody else have something to add?
Yes, rape is not endemic for Igbo men alone. We are talking rape holistically for Nigeria. To start saying for Igbo men, it means we are being sectionalist. We should talk in general for Nigeria.
Okay, well, we're talking in general.
Yes. Rape, what he said about rape for rituals. For rituals, they even, do you know that they rape mad women also for ritual? They even rape cops. And when we start talking about rape, most incidents we are hearing now is because it's in the city. What of those in the rural areas that don't have voice? They don't have money for litigation. And in Nigeria, I don't know if they have free legal services. They don't have representation in courts. They are self-represented. There is language barrier. The police intimidate them. Our police are not well trained to talk to these people when they are incidents of rape. If you go to the villages, you will see some people, some little children looking alike, maybe from village A and village B. Maybe their mother was raped by another man in the other village. And that was, you know, when you go and do a away match, that's when the child looks like you exactly. And then start looking at those men. Especially we should consider in the villages because some of them don't know. And because of stigmatization, they don't want to talk. Their mother will say, don't talk, don't talk. And they don't receive medical care because when somebody is raped, especially in Nigeria, the police should not be your first option. The Dr. Ifema will tell you that should be your first option so that you have evidence. The doctor will take exam, give you some medications, check for sexually transmitted diseases. Because if you go to the police first, Nigerian police, everything will disappear. They'll tell you, what is this? Isn't you who was shaking your bottom for him? Go to a doctor first, then go to police. In the rural areas, they don't have all these. All the rape incidents we are hearing these days, Kano, Lagos, Suyo, what of the hinterlands? More rapes are happening there. And rituals is from Mr. Nene. Rituals, even women do rituals. Yes, I'm a woman. Rituals are not for Igbo men alone. Nigerian people, they do rituals. They catch them with people's head inside Medugri and Yobe. Are those people Igbo men? And rape, also they rape a lot of, when you see mad women in the market pregnant, what is that? Isn't it rape? Yes, some people believe that when they rape a mad woman, the money will flow. They even rape dead. I heard some people pay morticians and these people to go and rape dead bodies. We have to do something. We have to educate the police on how to handle these cases. And the court system also, the legal system. They have to be aware of listening to the rape victims. And also, FIDA and other legal bodies should try to, I don't know if they have it in Nigeria, free legal system. If you can't afford, you must have a legal representation. Most of these rape victims in the villages have they self-represent themselves. And because of illiteracy, language barrier, they're not able to express themselves properly. We need to go back to the drawing board to see how we can at least prevent or reduce the incidents. I don't know if rape can be eradicated immediately. At least reduce the incidence of rape of women, minors, toddlers, infants in our society. It is not right at all. And also, there should be very strong punishment for rapists. At least life sentence or castration or cutting off of the penis. Yes, castration, life. If what that is done, there is one example. Some of them will start wearing double knickers to pack themselves very well so that they won't rape. But in Nigeria, as usual, it's hot now, rape. After it will die, you won't hear of it again. And they will go back. Like somebody in Kano, I heard that raped more than 80 women. Why should you try such a person? It's wasting of resources. Yes, it's wasting of resources. Or a man raping the daughter for how many years, raping, and the wife knows. That wife should be burnt alive. I think this rape issue, I'm glad is coming on board. And I don't know how they call people to testify in Nigeria. Some of these, my fellow sisters who talked, are very bright and knowledgeable about it. Some of them are supposed to be called to testify when there is a hearing on these issues. And the laws should be looked at. If there are things they omitted, people that are very conversant with the legal system can add. And I'm still faulting our female legislators. They're just going there to collect money. They're not doing enough to protect women and girl child. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ireti, go ahead, you have a question.
Yes, I do. Below is talking about legislation. Legislation is not been a problem in Nigeria. It's like everything else, there's no consequence for action. There are many cases where you hear 2, 3 men rape a 3-year-old. What happens to them? Nothing. What's the primary difference between just catching somebody on the street and raping them and marrying a child who is 9 years old? How do you consummate a marriage to a 9-year-old child unless you rape them? So what I'm trying to say here is that if rape is going to change in Nigeria, women like us, lawyers, FIDA, most responsible women, NGOs, need to get together, form a strong movement that creates awareness, where we also insist on very stringent punishment for raping. Number 1. 2, we also have to find a way. I'm sure we have laws against rape, but are the laws enforced? No. I don't know how severe they are. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think they are strong enough to be a deterrent. Then thirdly, we can also go for a movement where, I know some of the states have domiciled the Child Rights Act, where you cannot marry anybody under the age of 18. I think that also more states, the law should be domiciled there, where it is against the law, where anybody can take it upon themselves. The lawmaker who married a 9-year-old, especially in Abuja where it's domiciled, what happened to him? Nothing. So like everything else, as long as there's no consequence for our actions, then there's no deterrent. So what I'm trying to ask the panel, especially somebody like Obi Okeke or Dr. Where is she now? I can't find her anymore. She disappeared. Yes. How do we get the enforcement? Because everything else is talk, unless you can actually enforce these things.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think you already will mind. Let me just share here before I throw it up to the panel. one of the things we will do after this is set up a committee that will begin to come up with bills, because like you said, they're not stringent enough. When the masses, the people put together a bill and then we submit it to 1 or 2 persons in the Senate, I think it may reflect what we actually have in mind and all those things. So I can see your passion, and if you wouldn't mind, if you can go ahead and send us your information. Once that committee is being set up, we'll also include you in that committee to work on that aspect, if that's okay with you. Okay, great. John and then did you have a question or a comment?
I just want to
I
want to clear the misconception. Or let me restate my initial statement. Well, maybe I must have crossed some lines. Well, I was looking at the names of people on the panel on this Zoom, and I assume we all like Igbos. So that's why I made my statement towards the people on the panel. But it's not like rape is predominantly with Igbos or money seeking or secret society something. So I just want to make sure. But my thing was, I thought it was just only the Igbos on the line. So that's why I made that statement. So like everybody has rightly said, mad women, they get pregnant. Who pregnant them? God knows. But also another thing also that which is we're talking about now, because more educated people or few educated people are now getting raped. But we need also to look at the house girls. House girls who live in the house, drivers, about all those kids who can never report, and then maybe when they get pregnant, they get thrown away. I saw Nigerian news where a lady, the girl almost got the girl burnt or killed the girl because of this thing. So those ones that have nobody to speak for them is very, very important. We go after those individuals to make sure their voices are heard. Like somebody already said, we have lawyers. Please use your position to advocate for these individuals. I'm not going to repeat whatever they said here. The Dr. Tink Koye said something about using Twitter. Social media is the key right now. We can use it to target the congressmen, if there's any congressmen or women or the government or the media, even the churches. Let's target the churches, the pastors. Start to send these pictures to pastors, tweet them to the pastors so they can say it in their pulpit so that people start hearing all these things. So it's not going to be a quick fix. Even here in the United States, not a quick fix. They're still battling with it, but there's a law and process. So that's what we need to have in Nigeria, a process whereby go to the doctor, like they said, don't go to the police because we don't have a police, so that when these individuals bring up their case, the case can be well met with justice. So again, thank you, panels, and everybody who is here. I think I'm just here listening, but you guys are doing a very wonderful job. And then more views to your able. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Nene, thank you for bringing something up about house girls. Most house girls are not raped by their driver, so it's the guy in the house that rapes them and make them pregnant.
That's true. That is very true.
It's not the drivers, it's the guys. Go and check statistics.
No. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's not the drivers. It's our guys in the house.
The driver rape the kids too. The guys, their children too.
Yes, but the house girl issue you said, is the guys that rape them.
That's true. I'm agree on that one. There's not argument on that one.